As you age, you may find yourself questioning who will truly support you. When you're younger, family, close friends, and long-time acquaintances seem like reliable sources of support. However, reality can change as life evolves, people become preoccupied, and priorities shift. Suddenly, you may realize that the support system you've always relied on might not be as dependable as you thought. In this video, we'll uncover 6 essential pillars that become more reliable than family as you get older. This isn't about pushing people away. It's about understanding the true source of stability and ensuring you're not left vulnerable when you need support the most. By building a strong foundation on these 6 pillars, you gain the security and independence that will carry you through life's challenges. Stay tuned until the end, as these pillars may completely transform your perspective on support. By the end of this video, you'll never feel powerless, alone, or unprepared again. Now, let's begin. Pillar 1, your financial stability. The most reliable support you'll ever have isn't a person, it's your financial independence. Money may not guarantee happiness, but it does provide security, freedom, and peace of mind. As you age, you realize that relying solely on family for financial assistance is risky. Your children have their own lives, responsibilities, and families to care for. Even if they love you deeply, they may not always be able to provide the financial support you need when you need it most. Consider Richard, a 72-year-old man who always assumed his children would step in if he faced financial difficulties. He had helped them through college, lent them money when needed, and was always there for them. However, when an unexpected medical issue depleted his savings, he turned to his children for assistance, only to discover that they were struggling with their own mortgages, bills, and financial challenges. Not because they didn't care, but because life is unpredictable. That's why financial stability is one of the strongest pillars of support you can build. It's not about accumulating wealth, it's about being prepared. It involves having a plan for emergencies, a reliable source of income, and a clear understanding of money management to avoid relying on others. If you're in your 60s or older, it's crucial to assess your financial situation. Do you have enough savings to cover unexpected expenses? Is your retirement income secure? Have you minimized financial risks that could put you in a vulnerable position? If the answer is no, take action now. Learn how to budget wisely, avoid unnecessary debt, and invest in long-term stability. Ultimately, your financial security is the one constant that will support you through life's challenges. Pillar 2, your physical health. There's one thing in life that no amount of love, money, or support from others can replace: your health. After 60, your body becomes either your greatest ally or your biggest obstacle. While financial security can provide comfort, it's not enough if your health fails. Even if your family cares deeply, they can't exercise for you, eat the right foods, or reverse the effects of aging. The responsibility for your well-being falls solely on you. Many people neglect their health, assuming someone else will take care of them. However, the reality is, even if your family loves you, they have their own lives, may not have the time, energy, or ability to be your caregiver, and relying on others can leave you feeling powerless. Therefore, prioritizing your health now is one of the most important investments you can make for your future. Take Carl's story, for instance. A 68-year-old man who was always active in his youth, he let himself go after retirement. He thought he had ample time to regain his fitness. But before he knew it, his energy levels plummeted, his mobility declined, and even simple tasks became challenging. His children visited whenever possible, but they couldn't be there every day to assist him. Eventually, he realized that if he wanted to maintain his independence, he had to take control of his health. Not tomorrow or next year, but now. You don't need to train like an athlete, but small, consistent efforts make a significant difference. Make physical activity a daily habit. Eat nourishing foods that fuel your body instead of harming it. Prioritize your health and take your checkups seriously. If you've been ignoring warning signs, persistent aches, difficulty walking, or changes in energy levels, it's time to stop dismissing them. Your future self will thank you for every healthy choice you make today. Because at the end of the day, your strongest support system isn't your children, siblings, or friends. It's your own ability to stay strong, active, and capable. The more you prioritize your health now, the less you'll have to rely on others later. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment on the second number below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend subscribing and turning on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Now, let's move forward to the third pillar, your social circle. One of the biggest mistakes people make as they age is isolating themselves. It might happen gradually, as friends move away or loved ones pass away. Before you know it, your social circle shrinks to a size you never imagined. The problem is, without strong friendships, loneliness creeps in, and loneliness, especially after 60, can be dangerous. It doesn't just affect your emotions, it impacts your health, mental sharpness, and even your lifespan. You might assume that family will always be there for you, but the truth is, your children have their own lives. They have careers, families, and responsibilities that keep them occupied. They may love you deeply, but they can't be your sole source of companionship. That's why one of the most crucial pillars of support is your social network. The people who check in on you, who make you laugh, and who bring energy into your life. These relationships aren't a luxury, they're a necessity. Consider Margaret, a 73-year-old woman who always relied on her family for companionship. She had 2 sons who loved her dearly, but as the years passed, they became preoccupied with work and raising their own children. While they still called, the daily visits and weekend gatherings became less frequent. Margaret began to feel lonely, eagerly awaiting phone calls that didn't always materialize. Then she made a change. She started reconnecting with old friends, joining a community group, and even taking up new hobbies that introduced her to new people. Suddenly, her life was filled with conversations, shared laughter, and a sense of purpose. She didn't have to rely on her family to feel connected. She had built that connection herself. Friendships, community groups, and even casual acquaintances offer you something invaluable. A sense of belonging, whether it's a neighbor you chat with, a book club you attend, or a group at your local gym. Having people in your life outside of your family creates a foundation of emotional strength. The more connections you build now, the more support you'll have in the years to come. So, take a moment to reflect on who you have in your life right now. If the answer isn't clear, it's time to expand your circle. Because at the end of the day, a strong social network isn't just about having company, it's about having people who uplift you, remind you of your worth, and enrich every stage of life. Pillar 4, your sense of purpose. One of the most overlooked sources of support in life isn't another person, it's your own sense of purpose. After 60, many people experience a shift in their roles, which once gave life meaning, such as being a parent, worker, or caregiver. Retirement, independence of children, and a slower pace of life can lead to feelings of invisibility, unneededness, or even loss. The truth is, while family love is invaluable, they can't provide purpose. It's something you must build for yourself. Having a reason to wake up each morning, whether it's a passion, a project, or a goal, sharpens your mind, steadies your emotions, and makes your life fulfilling. It keeps you engaged with the world, rather than just observing from the sidelines. Consider George, a 70-year-old retired engineer. Initially excited about retirement, he soon felt restless and empty after a few months. His children visited occasionally, but they had their own lives. This realization prompted him to take action. He started volunteering at a local school, teaching young children how to build things. Before long, he found a new purpose that made him feel valued, useful, and engaged with life. Purpose doesn't necessarily stem from a job. It can be anything that ignites your passion, fosters learning, mentors others, or involves activities like gardening, painting, traveling, or setting personal goals. It's about engaging in things that bring you joy and keep your mind and emotions active. If you've been feeling like your best days are behind you, it's time to shift your mindset. Your purpose isn't something that diminishes with age, it evolves. The more you invest in finding meaning in your daily life, the less you'll rely on others for happiness. Ultimately, the strongest support you can have isn't someone holding your hand. It's the sense of purpose you cultivate within yourself. It's the fire within you that propels you forward. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please leave a comment on number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend subscribing and turning on the bell to avoid missing any videos. Your support is crucial in helping us continue creating informative and inspiring content. Now, let's move on to Pillar 5, your emotional resilience. Life has a knack for testing us, regardless of our age. After 60, challenges don't cease, they simply evolve. Friendships may fade, loved ones may pass away, and health issues may arise, making life feel lonelier than before. The truth is, while external support can be invaluable, the most reliable source of strength lies within ourselves. Our ability to adapt, process emotions, and find peace in difficult moments is what keeps us moving forward. However, many people rely heavily on their families as their emotional support system, believing that their children, siblings, or extended relatives will always be there to comfort them. But the reality is, everyone has their own struggles and responsibilities. They may not always have the time or energy to provide the emotional stability you need. That's why building emotional resilience is so important. It empowers us to find strength within ourselves rather than constantly seeking it from others. Take, for instance, the story of Helen, a 75-year-old woman who lost her husband after 40 years of marriage. Initially, she sought emotional support from her children, but over time, she realized that while they cared deeply, they had their own families and responsibilities to manage. She understood that she couldn't expect them to fill the void she felt inside. Instead of letting grief consume her, she focused on strengthening her own emotional well-being. She joined a support group, started journaling, and practiced daily gratitude. Through these efforts, she discovered something remarkable. She didn't need someone else to fix her sadness. She had the strength to heal herself. She possessed the strength to heal on her own. Emotional resilience isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending to be strong all the time. It's about acknowledging pain, processing it healthily, and developing coping mechanisms that enable you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace. It's about having outlets, such as writing, meditation, therapy, or simple self-reflection, that help you find inner peace rather than relying on others for it. Regardless of life's challenges, the ability to stand strong on your own will always be a significant source of support. The more you cultivate emotional resilience, the less you'll feel dependent on others to make you feel whole. Ultimately, the person who will always be by your side through every hardship and triumph is you. Pillar 6, your ability to adapt. One truth about life after 60 is that nothing remains constant. People change, circumstances shift, and the things you once relied on may no longer be as reliable as they used to be. Thriving in this stage of life isn't about clinging to the past, it's your ability to adapt. Those who struggle the most with aging are often those who resist change, clinging too tightly to what was instead of embracing what is. However, those who learn to adjust, stay open, and welcome new possibilities find joy and fulfillment regardless of life's challenges. Many people assume that once they reach a certain age, they're set in their ways. However, such thinking can be perilous. It can prevent you from discovering new opportunities, meeting new people, and learning things that could enrich your life. Adaptability isn't just about accepting change, it's about actively seeking ways to grow with it. Consider someone like Frank, a 78-year-old man who had always relied on in-person friendships to stay connected. When many of his friends moved away or passed away, he initially felt lost and uncertain. He thought, "I suppose this is just how it is when you grow older." However, instead of succumbing to loneliness, he decided to adapt. He learned how to use video calls to stay connected with distant relatives, joined an online discussion group about history, and even made a few new friends along the way. Instead of letting change defeat him, he embraced it and allowed himself to grow with it. The individuals who thrive after the age of 60 are not necessarily those with the most resources or the strongest support systems. They are those who refuse to be rigid in their ways, remain curious, and find innovative solutions to adapt to any life throws their way. If a door closes, they seek another path. If a relationship changes, they discover new ways to connect. If something no longer serves them, they are willing to try something different. Your adaptability stands as one of the greatest pillars of support you will ever have. It enables you to navigate life with resilience, optimism, and confidence. The more you embrace change rather than fear it, the less you'll feel like you're losing something, and the more you'll recognize that each stage of life offers new opportunities for growth. If you're still here and finding these insights valuable, kindly type 6 in the comments below to let me know you're following. Your support motivates me to continue creating content that resonates with you. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend subscribing and turning on the bell to ensure you don't miss any videos. Your support empowers us to create meaningful and informative content that inspires and educates you. Final thoughts: your physical health plays a crucial role in determining whether you can maintain your freedom and independence. Your social circle fosters connections, engagement, and emotional fulfillment. Your sense of purpose gives your life meaning and direction, regardless of your age. Your emotional resilience fortifies you against life's inevitable challenges. And your ability to adapt enables you to thrive even when things don't go as planned. If you establish these 6 pillars, you'll never feel utterly alone. You won't have to beg for support, feel helpless during tough times, or wait for someone else to rescue you. True stability doesn't depend on relying on others. It comes from knowing you're already prepared to stand strong, regardless of life's challenges. Thank you for joining us today. We value your feedback. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your thoughts are precious to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments inspires us and motivates us to create valuable content that informs and inspires you. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support enables us to continue producing informative and inspiring content. Thank you for watching, and we eagerly anticipate seeing you in our next video.